Good morning, everyone. This is Lewis Speaks 2020, and I want to talk to you about what's going on in our world today. As we speak, racial tension has dominated the conversation in the world today. As a result of so many Black murders, as a result of so much injustice, and refusal to prosecute those who are guilty of killing and murdering Black people, there has been civil unrest. They want to say that it's a riot. They want to call it a rebellion. It's neither. It's an uprising. For so long, Black people, for over 400 years, Black people in America have been oppressed, have been denied equal rights, have been denied basic rights. They've had their culture appropriated. They've had their culture criticized, stripped from them. They've been the recipients of much injustice and unfairness. And the moment that they demand that their voices be heard, they're beaten, jailed, set on fire, cut. The list goes on and on. They say that we have made progress. We have made no progress. None whatsoever. Black people have tried to enter into corporate arenas. They've tried and they've succeeded, mind you. They've succeeded at whatever they have attempted. They've tried to play by the rules. They've rewritten the rules. And every time they do this, the rules change. The finish line is moved. And this has got to stop. And we keep on saying that this has got to stop, this has got to stop. But yet another Black man, another Black woman becomes a hashtag. Now, my initial inclination is this philosophy. For every one of them, or better yet, for every one of us, 10 of them. Every time one of us becomes a hashtag, 10 of them becomes a hashtag. Because I'm tired. That was my initial inclination. But I pride myself on believing in God. I believe in the Bible. And right now I am torn in pieces. On one hand, I believe that God is going to come and rescue us. And I know people don't want to hear that. But it's Bible prophecy. Everything in that book has been written before time for our instruction. And the prophecies that are laid out in the scriptures have all come to fruition. Right now we're going through Revelations when it discusses the ride of the four horsemen. Pestilence, wars, death. So right now we're going through that phase. And so right now I am torn between my belief system and my heart, because my heart wants to rage out. My heart wants to tear everything down. My heart wants to go into these courtrooms and blow them up because there's no justice anymore. What's the point of a courtroom? To what? Dispense more injustice? To be confirmation that yet another Black life does not matter? So that's my inclination, to go out there on a killing spree and see how white America likes it. How do they like having their lives taken? Having their mothers grieve? As a Black man, I don't care about dying anymore. To be honest, death is a reprieve from all of this. And it comes to the point where you stop fearing death. If anything, I fear life. I fear life living in bondage. This right now is what I fear. living a life where you have to constantly be told that your life doesn't matter. So it's funny how life works. When your greatest fear comes to fruition, you no longer are afraid. You realize, here it is. I've stood up to this fear. I've realized this fear. You don't care about dying anymore because you realize that you're already dead. Your body doesn't know it yet. The police haven't gotten you yet. It's by fate, luck, circumstance, chance, whatever, that the police has been. I know that I'm alive right now by mere luck. The moment that my numbers, it's random. One cop has to stop me, and then my life will be over. And it's disgusting when you think about it. It's disgusting. You have kids out here, kids that haven't even had a chance to grow up in the world. They're crying. Their development is taken. They don't have childhoods. And then when they're adults, they act like children. Well, let's look at it. You want them to grow up? They never had a childhood. That part of their life was stripped from them. They went from womb to adulthood just like that. Kids having to say, I saw this video recently where this young girl was in the back of a police car with her daughter. And the young girl was crying because she didn't know what was going to happen to her partner. And this young girl, her daughter is sitting there trying to console her, saying, don't worry, mommy, it's going to be all right. That's not that young girl's job. Her job is to grow up. But she don't have a childhood. Her childhood is taken. My thing is, I am just so tired of having conversations. So tired of signing petitions. So tired of praying about it. So tired of singing We Shall Overcome. I'm so tired of sitting here watching yet another black man die. First, what ignited this whole thing, Trayvon Martin. Not even first. But this modern day rage and outrage, this modern day outrage was ignited by that incident, Trayvon Martin. We saw how, once again, justice did not work. They just let this man go. Then from there, America got this belief that, hey, if they can get away with it one time, they can get away with it again and again and again. And so there's this precedent of killing black people and just getting off scot-free. And I think we as black people, I want to organize. I want to educate myself in the laws. I want to get a license for a gun. I want to use that gun to basically just terminate anybody who tries to hurt black life. That's my inclination. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have to hold my peace and build my faith. And that's what I'm going to have to do, because I know I had to consult my spiritual guides. And after consulting my spiritual guides, I was informed that this is all a symptom of the times of the end. This is all happening because this is God's way of showing America, showing people that we do need to rely on Him for justice. Do I believe He will correct it? Yes, in His due time. I'm waiting. And I'm waiting. And that's the hard part. Waiting for justice. Waiting. Having a waiting attitude. Because this that's happening right now, this is just wrong. This is wrong. And I'm so tired of white people feeling as though, and being praised. Let's talk about that. They're being praised for being woke, while black people are just being called angry and irrational and foolish. Why are we always demonized for having feelings and emotions? Why are we always demonized for just breathing? And this is all too much. I wake up every day lately, a mix of sad, angry, depressed. I have to go into work tomorrow. Thankfully, I alternate between work and home, work and home. I have to see the faces of my white coworkers, and I have to smile and try my best to deal with all this and have positive feelings about them when, to be honest, I don't think that they really understand me as a black man living in America. A lot of times they don't even want to have a discussion about what's going on. There are members of my team who have remained silent. You know? And it makes me question a lot. It makes me question, even the ones who have spoken up about it, it makes me question, do you really understand? Do you know what it's like to live as a black man, as a black woman in a world that is anti-black, that hates everything you do, and at the same time wants to take it away from you? Colonize your mind, colonize your culture, colonize your talent, colonize everything about you. I don't think they get it. And so I'm sitting around this table with people that work with communities of color, but they don't really understand them. So my thing is this: how does one exist? How does one deal with all of this? How does one cope with all of this? Lately, what I've been doing, I've been praying so much, I think that God has put my prayers on to voicemail. Really. I've been praying so much that I don't know what else to do. I've been writing, but I always feel guilty because I just don't feel like I'm doing enough. I'm torn. I'm torn. And it's too much. And I'm praying, please, please, God, hurry up. Because I don't know how much longer I can hold on and hold my peace, because I'm human. You know? Even Jesus, he died at 33. He was persecuted. He was hung on a torture stake. He died at 33. I wonder if Jesus were allowed to live as long as some of us have. I wonder if he was allowed to do that. Would he be able to hold his peace? But in the meantime, I hope everybody is taking care of themselves as best they can during this time. And I pray. I just pray.